And so you have to think about how bad it must be in your, where you're living. And we heard the most heart-rending stories of young men, and these were mostly young men because they were able to make that journey. But you saw young men that said, I was coming out of the woods and I saw my family being killed in our village. And my father said, turn and run. And he ran and ended up at our border eventually. But every one of them had a story like that was just gut-wrenching. So that's the kind of situations that people are leaving. You'll also find at our border, as we see on the news quite frequently, you'll find a lot of people that are just coming here for just want to immigrate. We'll talk about them in a few minutes too. But I did especially want to talk about unaccompanied children because they are in the news a lot these days too. And actually Lutheran Services Carolinas has a small program, but we're so far away from the border, it really doesn't affect us that much. But we do have a 24 slot program that puts unaccompanied alien children in foster homes. And it just blows my mind that these children show up in the arms of a big burly federal agent. And a woman if it's a female child, and a big man if it's a little boy, and they put them in our custody. Usually those are folks that can be anywhere from 2 to about 15 years of age, are the folks that we're taking care of, and we put them in foster care with families that speak Spanish, because these are Spanish-speaking children, until we can hook them up with their families. And I never saw when we opened this program that our staff is getting a tremendous number of frequent flyer miles, because you can't just put a 3-year-old on an airplane and send them to Los Angeles to be with their family once they've found their family. We actually have to fly them to that new location. So it really is an interesting world when we're having to fly our staff all over the country to deliver these children to their families. But what a joyous day it is when they can at least hook up with maybe hopefully a parent, but oftentimes an aunt or uncle, somebody that they know, and to be away from home. I couldn't have pulled that off when I was 16, and these children are doing this at the age of 3 and 4 and 5. But unaccompanied children are under the age of 18, and they have no parent or guardian and no lawful immigration status in our country. So those are the folks that our country as a country has said, we just can't let these children sit on the other side of the border and die or be abused. Regardless of the politics, if they show up at the border, we're going to take care of them till we figure this out. And I think that comes from the Christian basis of this country, and the fact that we were told to love our neighbor and to not turn away somebody in need, and we have done that as a country, regardless of the politics.